So you're wondering how to pick the right YouTube channel name? We have 5 important tips plus 3 free tools to pick the perfect channel name. Hello everyone, I'm Eric Lee from the Fantasy Football Consultants, and welcome to the second of a 10-part YouTube Creator Masterclass series. Links to all the classes in this free series, as well as my bio about my success on YouTube, are included in the description. Picking the right channel name is the first and maybe the biggest decision you'll ever make on YouTube. But no pressure. Let's go on to the 5 tips. The first tip is selecting either a personal name or descriptive name of your category or niche. So you should select a personal name when you're building a brand and you are the face of the channel. Now, this is really nice because you can take the channel in whatever direction as long as you continue to be the face of the channel. And if you come in either because you're slightly famous or you have an existing following on another platform, whether it be Twitter or Facebook or whatever, that can be an easy way for those viewers to find you on YouTube. As far as a descriptive name, that works really well in defining what your channel is all about. So, for example, Fantasy Football Consultants uses a very descriptive name. That's our niche, fantasy football, and it describes exactly what we do on the channel, provide advice. You also can select a channel name that's a mixture of these 2 different types. For example, if I was going to start a cooking channel, I might call that Cooking with Eric. The second tip is your YouTube channel name must be easy to remember so it sticks in your viewers' mind so they can recall it so it can tell others about your channel. Now, there's 3 marketing tricks that business use to help make their business name more memorable. So the first one is the use of alliterations. That's starting a series of words with the same letter. That's what Chuck E. Cheese does, and that's what Dunkin' Donuts does. Also, you can use rhymes. StubHub, Reese's Pieces uses that strategy. And finally, the use of a good pun is always memorable. Let's suppose you have a cooking or fishing channel. You might have a YouTube channel name, The Codfather. Or you can annoy Disney and call it Frying Nemo. So just be creative, folks. The third tip is to keep your YouTube channel name short. If you think about all the really successful channels have names of 3 words or less. One exception is one of my favorite epic rap battles of history, but they're just known as ERB, and you can search just ERB, easy to remember, super short. The 4th tip is no homophone words. Now, what is a homophone word? Those are words that sound alike but are spelled differently. So here's a list of homophone words. And you want to avoid these words because if someone hears your channel, they're not sure which way it is spelled. And you also want to avoid numbers so it eliminates any confusion whether the number is spelled out, 7, S-E-V-E-N, or is it just the number 7 written out. The 5th tip is your YouTube channel name should be unique. So you should search on YouTube to make sure no one else is using that name. Now, my name, Eric Lee, I would never use as a YouTube channel name because there are a ton of Eric Lees on YouTube, and you would never be able to find my YouTube name. So if you have a common name like me, or your name is hard to spell or hard to pronounce, you might strongly consider using a stage name if you want to use a personal brand name for your channel. All right, let's put all these 5 tips together, and there's a basic test you can do to make sure your name is okay. Tell a couple people your channel name and have them go off on their own and search and see if they can find your channel on YouTube. If any of the people in your group are having difficulty, you might want to consider changing your name. All right, we wanted to give you 3 tools which are completely free that will really be helpful in finding that perfect channel name. The first is the site thesaurus.com. Now, a thesaurus obviously gives you synonyms and words which have a similar meaning. So we actually used this to come up with our name, Fantasy Football Consultants. We knew we wanted to use the word fantasy football, but we thought about what are we going to do in our channel? Well, we give advice, but we didn't like the term Fantasy Football Advisors as a channel name. So we put the word advisors in thesaurus.com. We saw all the words that came up, and we really immediately liked consultants as one of the ones that came up, and that's what we went with for our channel. The second tool is a business name generator. Now you can just go to Google and type in the word business name generator, and a ton of sites will come up. I like the Wix site, and you can simply go in there, and if you know words that you want a part of your channel name, for example, I would type in fantasy football, and then you just hit enter, and just tons and tons of names will come up. Most of them you're not going to like, but there may be one or two out of all the names that get generated that you're like, wow, I never really thought of that. I like the ring to that. The third tool is from a site called namecheck.com. That's spelled NAMECHK.com. And it's really important that you not only are making sure that no one else has that same username on YouTube, but you probably should be grabbing the domain name. Even if you don't want a website or a blog yet, you will want that domain name maybe to get rerouted to YouTube. Also at namecheck.com, you can scan the different social medias accounts, especially Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and to see if that channel name has already been selected on those social media platforms. What if you're an existing channel that already has a channel name, but after watching this video, you think you should change it? Should you? I'll discuss that in a minute. But first, I want everybody to go into the comment section and share with the rest of our community here. Tell us how you picked your YouTube name. And if you're still deciding, leave the names you're considering. I will, along with others in the comment section, will give you feedback and let you know what we think and which name of the ones you're thinking we like more. So, if you made it this far of the video and you've gotten some value out of it, please smash that red subscriber button and click the like button. I want to address, what if you have a YouTube channel name and you don't really like it after watching this video and you want to change it to a different name? Is that possible, and is that advisable? Well, first of all, it certainly is possible. You can change your YouTube name actually 3 times within a 90-day period. How do you change? You go to the YouTube studio and go to the customization tab on the left-hand side and go to basic information. There's a little pencil and you can change your channel name there. Now, is it advisable? Well, the downside to changing is if you already have an audience, they're used to that channel name, and they may, on a short-term basis, have trouble finding you if you change your name, especially if they're not subscribed. Now, that said, if you really are still early on and you just don't like your name, please go ahead and change it. Once you have a great YouTube channel name, you're ready for the next step, which is how to grow your YouTube channel from zero. 0 subscribers, 0 views. Now, I'm going to go over 5 critical steps that you should take before ever filming a video. It's going to help you grow really fast once you start filming, and it sets the foundation for long-term success on YouTube. Many channels miss one or more of these 5 tips, and it causes them to really struggle. So that video is on the screen right now. Go ahead and click it. Alternatively, if you missed the very first class in our masterclass series on when is the right time to start YouTube, you can click on that video. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.